Hey YouTube, this is PrimetimePokemon. In this video, I'll be doing some Pokemon TCG Online gameplay. In this video, I'll be battling with a Buzzwole, Garbodor, Weavile, Shrine of Punishment deck. Now the exact deck that I'm using in this video actually finished 52nd in the Memphis Regional Championships. This is one of several different variants of Shrine of Punishment decks out there. So I'll hop on over to the online TCG and show the deck checklist. So here's a look at the deck checklist. General strategy with the deck is you want to get your bench set up as soon as possible. Oranguru, Diancie, and Magcargo all have abilities that you want to use. Oranguru and Magcargo are tied together. Instruct on Oranguru allows you to always have 3 total cards in your hand. Smooth Over on Magcargo allows you to move whatever card you want in your deck to the top of it, so then you can use Smooth Over first and Instruct second. And then of course you want to be attacking early on in the game with Buzzwole. Diancie's ability increases fighting type Pokemon's attacks by 20. And then later in the games, Garbodor and Weavile would be your primary attackers. If you're facing a deck that has a lot of abilities, maybe you're facing a Zoroark GX deck, for example, Evil Admonition is a great move to use. It does 50 damage for each of your opponent's Pokemon that has an ability. I actually took down a Solgaleo GX deck with this particular deck. And then of course the Trash Lance move on Garbodor, 20 damage for each item card in your opponent's discard pile. And then Shrine of Punishment you want to have in play at all times. It does 10 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon GX in between turns. And then you can see the energy cards used, only 9 total and several special energy. So I'll head on over to Versus and see what we face. I do have 2 different versions of Shrine of Punishment decks. I like this one a little bit better than the Tapu Koko one. The idea in the Tapu Koko deck is to use Flying Flip a couple of turns to get lots of damage in play, then move around that damage with, I believe it's Tapu Lele, to knock out one particular card. Looking for an opponent now, I've been seeing a lot of Psychic type decks as well as Shrine of Punishment decks. Of course, the advantage with this deck is that none of the cards in the deck give your opponent 2 prize cards if knocked out. So the games usually do last a little bit longer, and this is a budget-friendly deck. So we are facing a Dragon, Colorless, and Fire type. So that's very interesting. My opponent chooses the coin flip, and they lost it. Hello. So I'll choose to go first. So they actually won it. My mistake there. So they won the coin flip. I'll have to take a mulligan, so an excellent start to the game. Diancie, Sneasel. Let's see what card has the lowest retreat cost. I'm going to go with Sneasel. And I am going to put both of these on the bench just in case my opponent uses Marshadow or maybe a Judge right away. I'm assuming this will be some type of GX deck, Dragon type. So it does look like a Dragonite GX deck. They're probably using Lance Prism Star. Now if a Pokemon is knocked out, if they have Lance Prism Star in their hand, they can play it and then put 2 Pokemon from their hand onto their bench. It may even be just 2 Pokemon in general. I haven't really done much with the Dragon type decks. I'm a big fan of Dragonite. So Magcargo they want to get set up on their bench. Probably have Oranguru in the deck as well. So they are using Cynthia. With all those cards, it's hard to believe they couldn't get much set up. So first up, I am going to Acrobike. Hoping for some draw support. Oranguru is probably what I'm going to go for. I have a choice band in hand already. So this way I think I can at least get down to the right amount of cards. I'm going to put Shrine of Punishment out there. I'm going to attach a Choice Band to Trubbish. I really don't want to use either of these. I could use Sneaky Smash, so I'll probably just put a Rainbow Energy on Sneasel and use that, but then I'm going to use Instruct, hoping to get a supporter. I did get an Acro Bike, and I will have Garbodor set up next turn, although not an energy on it. I'm going to just go and get Buzzwole, I think. Nest Ball, I don't necessarily need. I really do still need to get Sneasel out. I could retreat it if I wanted, but I think I'm going to discard that energy off of Dratini. I'm assuming they're going to go Rare Candy into Dragonite GX. Let's see. Weakness to Fairy type, so then they had to attach another Lightning. Another Cynthia they're using, so back-to-back Cynthias. Hopefully they do not use Field Blower to keep that Shrine of Punishment in play. Their heart's broken. They must not have had a very good draw on Cynthia. They're using Tail Smack, a big 10 damage. So I am going to evolve like this. And I really could just stall. I could attach a Fighting type energy to Buzzwole and then use, let's see. So I can no longer use Sneaky Smash. I might just retreat Sneasel. Let me use Acrobike first. So I can switch. That actually works out. I'm going to switch it. That way I won't have to lose the Rainbow Energy. I'm going to switch with Buzzwole. I'm going to Instruct first. Maybe I'll get a Beast Energy. So I do have Cynthia. What can I do here? So I have 50. I'm going to Kukui, and then I'll knock out Dratini. So I'm going to, actually I'm going to go do this. Professor Kukui first, draw 2 cards. Neither are Beast Energy. So I'm going to go like that, and I believe I will knock out Dratini. So my opponent is off to a slow start. I do have Cynthia for my next turn, so that will help me out a lot. There really aren't any big attackers early on in this game. So there's Lance. Are they just going to put 2 Dragonite GX on their bench? Let's see. That is a very quick way to get some evolution Pokemon into play. What are they going to rescue? Stretcher? Dratini. I wouldn't imagine that they're going to use Lance for Dratini. They must have something else in their hand. They're going to switch. And they're not going to use Lance. They must not be able to use it properly. So I am going to just use Cynthia, I think. Field Blower does nothing. I already have Buzzwole in play. So ideally I would get the Beast Energy. I don't even know if I have one. I do not have a Slugma set up yet, so I might go and get one. And then I can search for, so there's Slugma. Do I have a Beast Energy? Yep, I have the Beast Energy, so potentially I can get that. I'm going to go and get Slugma. I do not have Tapu Lele GX in the deck, so it's not that important that I do not have any bench spots remaining. I could go and get Weavile. I think I'm going to. That way I can Instruct. So there's Weavile. And they do not have any energy. With 6 cards in their hand, that's hard to believe. So let's Instruct. And there's a Rainbow Energy. I thought it may have been a Beast Energy at first. I'll just put that on Buzzwole. That way I can do swing around. Next turn. So right now I can only do 50. So I don't know if they have rare candy in their hand. Whatever they have, it's taking a while for them to get it set up. Have they used many item cards? 1, 2, 3, and they evolved into Dragonair. What can Dragonair do? Dragon's Wish is a pretty useful attack, and that is what they're going to use. I really need to knock out Dragonair, which I'll be able to do. Let's go like this. Now, what should I get? I could get that Beast Energy, which I think I might. Because what can Magcargo do? 50. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to use Smooth Over. I'm going to go and put that Beast Energy on the top of my deck and then use Instruct to get it into my hand. Instruct. There we go. Put that out there. I'll knock out Dragonair, but then my opponent can attach however many energy they want from their hand to their Pokemon. But they really can't. Ooh, they have Lance Prism Star in their hand, don't they? I might be walking right into their trap here. Well, I'll use Swing Around. I might be walking right into their trap. Hopefully they do not have many energy cards in hand. They did have to promote Slugma, which has a 2 colorless energy retreat cost. So there's Lance. So now they are using Lance. What are they going to put down? Let's see what this says actually. Search your deck. So then they can go ahead and put Dragonite. I believe Dragonite does require a lot of energy to attack. So 70 damage it can do, but it has a very high HP. 250. So I'm in trouble. Unless I can get enough item cards in my opponent's discard pile, I'm in some trouble because Weavile can't do much damage because none of the Pokemon have abilities on them, and they put a counter energy on it already. Ooh, is that a super boost energy? Is that what's on there? So you have to have 3 or more stage 2 in play. So that doesn't do much there. What do they put here? They just put a unit energy. Okay. So they're doing 70. That Shrine of Punishment is going to help. What should I do here? I could Guzma and just knock out that Slugma. Right now at the most I can do 100, 130, 150, 170. I could do 200 damage, I believe, if I was able to get a Choice Band. That really doesn't do as much. Let's see. That is that. Neither are really going to be able to do more than 70 damage. I'm going to Ultra Ball first. I don't need either of these. I'm just going to check what's in my deck, not get anything, and then I can just Lily. I could have used Magcargo and whatnot, but there's not much that I really want right now. I think my best option is to... So that requires 1. Unless I get behind, this counter energy doesn't really do much. So I think I'm going to just use Swing Around. And they may have a max potion in their deck. Otherwise, I probably can knock out Dragonite GX next turn. At the very worst, what did they put on here? Another unit energy. At the very worst, I can always put Dragonite to sleep with Icy Wind. So they're more than likely just going to Do 70 damage. Now here is the question. What should I promote? I do have Guzma in hand. I would like to get Buzzwole in. I think I'm going to promote this. At the very least, I can do Icy Wind. So I am going to go like this. And then I'm going to do Cynthia. Maybe I'll get a switch. I've already discarded the switch. I only have the one in the deck. So I'm going to have to retreat Weavile. I am going to Cynthia. There's a rainbow energy, so I can attach that to Buzzwole. Field Blower doesn't do anything, so I'm going to retreat here and then use Sledgehammer. Unfortunately, can't knock out Dragonite, but Dragonite can't knock out Buzzwole either. And once they attack, Dragonite GX will be knocked out because of Shrine of Punishment. Then I just have to work on the other Dragonite GX. And hopefully they don't get a heads here. Super Scoop Up. Oh, that hurt. Oh, that hurt. But the only good thing is that they can't use Lance Prism Star again because they already did. You only can use one Prism Star of the same name. So it's going to take a while until they can get Dragonite set up. And this is actually Salamence GX here. Here's a look at what it does. Flame Jet GX does 120 damage, and then Bright Flame 200 damage. Now they're going to get Magcargo set up. I just assumed both of those were Dragonite GX, but this is Salamence. Smooth over, unless they have Kukui in hand or Lily. They can't get that card into their hand. So your Pokemon in play have no retreat cost. And it is weak to Fairy. So this is a Dragonite Salamence deck. And they are just going to pass. How disappointing. Alright, can I do anything with Garbodor? How many item cards have they used? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can do 120. I am going to probably just attack with Buzzwole again. I'm going to actually smooth over, and I'm going to go and get a Choice Band. I may have to, let's see, I can Lily for 1. Is that what I'm going to have to do? I think I'm going to. Lily for 1, just to get Choice Band. And then I really can't use anything else in hand. How many energy cards have I used already? 3 out of 9. Actually 4 with that Beast energy. I need 110 damage. And of course, Shrine and Punishment will continue adding damage between turns. Let's see what they can do. This is a pretty slow deck to set up. Now they can do 200 damage and knock out Buzzwole. I really need some energy. I can get it next turn with Smooth Over and Struct. So I can get a Rainbow Energy or a Unit Energy for Garbodor. I do not have any Choice Band left though. I am going to, I think, yeah, because does this have to discard 2? So I might just Guzma up Magcargo and knock it out. Let's see. Because I do not believe I can knock out. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I can't knock it out. So I'm going to have to just Guzma up this. Get an energy. Alright, so I need to Ultra Ball 2 things away, Because I need to smooth over Instruct is what I want to do. And then I want to Guzma. Just like so. I'm going to pass. I'm getting down there on cards in my deck as well. And then I need to Guzma. I'm going to Guzma up Magcargo and Guzma up Garbodor. I need to get a Rainbow Energy. So smooth over Rainbow Energy. Or a Unit Energy. Nope, so I'm going to have to go with the Rainbow Energy. I'm getting down there in energy cards too. Now I'm going to Instruct. At least I'll be able to attack here. And Salamence can do 120. So that can knock it out, unfortunately. So I might be in a little bit of a bind. I'm going to use Nest Ball to go and get Trubbish. Like so. And then I'll use Trashalanche. Knock it out. If my opponent doesn't have an energy in hand, I'll be doing quite well. I'll actually be able to win the game if they can't get any bench Pokemon, but they probably have draw support. So they have Nest Ball, so they will be able to get a basic Pokemon on their bench. Or they might just be searching through their deck to see what they have. So they are getting a Dratini out. They need an energy. If they don't have an energy, I'll be in business here. Ooh, out of 5. No, they'd get 3 cards for Lily. They have to get an energy. I don't know how many energy cards they play. What is the requirement? They need a fire energy to be able to use the GX attack. 120. They're playing a little bit slow. They might not have gotten it. And they did not. If they could have Rare Candy Dragonite GX in hand. So I think I can knock out Salamence. That actually helps out a lot right here. I'm going to... I must have prized my other Garbodor. I have 2 in the deck. So I'm going to use Rescue Stretcher just to get some more Pokemon back into my deck. Actually, I'd rather get Buzzwole out here. Buzzwole. Okay, what can I do here? I could get an energy card on here. I'm just going to Instruct just to see what I get. Probably Buzzwole. Nope, Lily. I'm just going to knock out Salamence. I'll have 1 prize card left. I would really like to get the Garbodor. No and no. The last one. So what can they do here? They must be scooping. I think I won this game. So that was very good. And that is the problem with both Salamence and Dragonite. Dragonite is a little bit quicker to attack. But Salamence does take a little bit of time to get set up. They're just going to pass and let me knock out Dratini. So a good game to my opponent. There is a look at how a Shrine of Punishment deck works. You can see how well Shrine of Punishment actually worked in this deck. It was able to make those high HP GX cards, Salamence and Dragonite, be able to be knocked out a little bit easier. So I think that will conclude this video. I can show the deck checklist again. And I may have to try and battle with this Shrine of Punishment Tapu Koko deck. 150 coins there. That's a good thing to reach. Let's head on over to the deck manager here and take a look at the deck checklist again. So there you have it. That concludes this video. Thanks everyone for watching. As always, before you go, make sure to check out all the links in the description of this video, including links to my blog, Facebook, and Twitter pages. So thanks everyone for watching, and stay tuned for more videos. Thank you.